My name is Evan. I'm 28 years old. After my divorce, I moved to a small town in Alabama called Chadam. Aside from my parents' house, I didn't really have anywhere else to go. So I ended up living in my grandfather's old house, the one he left us after he passed a few years back. The place is about 10 minutes outside of town, sitting on 10 acres, surrounded by woods. It's the kind of quiet that makes you think you'll love it. The house itself is old, wooden floors that creak, doors that stick. No matter how high you turn the thermostat, the place always feels cold. But it was free, and I had no better option. The first few nights were normal. I cleaned, unpacked, spent my evenings on the porch with a cold beer. No cars, no sirens, just wind through the trees and the occasional hoot from an owl. Then, the whistling started. The first time I heard it, I had just gotten into bed. It was around midnight, and I was drifting off when I heard whistling outside. It wasn't a song I recognized, just a slow, broken tune. Off-key. It sounded like someone was walking through the woods behind the house, whistling as they moved. Creepy, but I figured it was just some hunter, or a drunk neighbor. But the next night, same time, same tune, closer. I got out of bed and flipped on the porch light. Nothing. Took a flashlight, walked around the yard, no tracks, no sounds of someone running off. Just the same eerie whistling, now fading deeper into the trees. It happened again the night after, and the night after that, always between 1:15 and 1:19 a.m., like clockwork. Eventually, I called the sheriff's office. A deputy, an old-timer I'll call Deputy H, came out. When I told him what was happening, he got real quiet. Then he said, "Your granddaddy used to call us about the same thing. Said someone was whistling around the property, always in the spring. We never found anything. Figured he was just getting old. But now you're hearing it too." That shook me. I had no idea my grandfather had experienced this. Deputy H said, "Keep your doors locked. Stay inside after dark. Don't go looking for it." I took his advice, double-checked every window, even wedged chairs under the doorknobs. Didn't matter. The whistling got closer and louder. One night I heard it behind the shed, another night on the front porch. 3 long whistles, then silence. Then, one night, I heard it beneath the house. No joke. It came from under the crawl space, through the vents. I didn't sleep at all that night. The next day, I searched the attic and found a box of my grandfather's journals. He had written about the whistling, said it happened every spring, over 10 years. He didn't know who it was, but he was convinced someone was watching the house. He wrote that after my grandma died, it only happened when he was alone. That same day, I called Deputy H again. He read the journal, and I could tell he was nervous. Then he said, "If you hear it again, don't open the door. Not for anyone." That night, I stayed up on the couch, shotgun in my lap, one I barely knew how to load. At exactly 1:17 a.m., the whistling started again. But this time, it wasn't outside. It was in the hallway. I froze. The hallway light was off, and I could hear the whistling coming closer, step by step. I stood up, raised the shotgun, shouted, "Who's there?" The whistling stopped. I flipped the light on. No one was there. 2 more nights passed. Silence. Then, a new sound. Knocking. 3 slow knocks. From the back door. Then footsteps inside. The hallway light turned off on its own. I grabbed the shotgun, heart pounding, stepped out into the hallway. At the end of it, a figure, wearing all black, pale face, standing perfectly still. I tried to speak, but my mouth was dry. I yelled, "Don't move!" He lifted his leg slowly, like he was about to run. I screamed, "Stop!" He bolted. Heavy footsteps pounded out the front door. I ran after him and fired one shot into the dark. Didn't shoot in the air. I aimed straight ahead, low-key hoping I hit him. I yelled into the trees, "Don't come back!" Then I locked everything up and slept in my truck in town. The next morning, Deputy H came out. The front door was unlocked again, which meant, whoever it was, they had a key. He told me to change all the locks. Off the record, he said, "You might want to move. Somebody out there doesn't want anyone living in that house." I changed the locks the same hour, then I packed up, went to my parents' place out of state, and never slept in that house again. Eventually, my dad sold the place. We took anything sentimental out. The rest, left behind or sold. To this day, I don't know who that was, how they had a key, or why they haunted my grandfather before me. All I know is they were real, and they were close.